like our first episode.
Yeah. We need to hire some nerds.
We really do.
This sucks. We shouldn't have to do this. We are the talent. We should just have to like show up at a place. We'll show up an hour late. We sit down, and fucking the nerds take care of it.
I want to hire our buddy Alec to do it, just because. Yeah, he knows what's up.
And we'll pay him in Hershey's Kisses, or just normal kisses.
That's more than we paid him to do all this stuff for SPNC. Sorry, Alec.
Yeah, at least it's something.
Alec will come up later. Mitch, let's get talking because we're both on 3 hours of sleep here.
This is the Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch. That's AJ. We're sleepy, and we're going to do this anyways.
We're sleepy. That's why I have my C4 right here at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, look at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not drinking a high-octane energy drink at 11 p.m.
It's only like 300 milligrams. 200. This one's 200.
That's barely 2 cups of coffee, I think. Those numbers mean nothing to me.
Just give it. All right. Okay, we're still on Warped Tour.
Yeah, episode 51 now.
51. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us for 51 episodes.
It's nuts.
Okay, so we left off. We had a big break, and now we have to drive Mitch to the airport. That was what we left off at.
We had a big break, as in like a gap of time, not we were spotted by a talent agent, and now we're famous. That
was even wrong. I think I need more caffeine. We are about to have a big break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were, I believe this is when the tour went up to Canada, and we were not going, so we were like, all right, catch you when you come back into the States.
Which, like, I know we were really bummed about when we heard we weren't going to Canada, but I think we quickly realized it could not have worked out better because we were also very nervous about having to tell anybody, Kevin, I guess, that we were going to have to miss dates because you were flying home for your brother's wedding.
That's true.
After being on the tour, I think, had you not had to have flown, I think everyone would have just been like, fucking, who are you?
Yeah.
Whatever.
We show up like hat in hand, like, we are so sorry. We're going to be unable to perform at the family stage for the line, the Canadian dates. They're just like... oh no, that camera went dead.
Well, all right, I guess just move the rest of it.
It's just on you. Oh, mine's back.
Is it
all
back?
Right, yeah, you just start talking, I'll fix this.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, it would have been real bad. Or not bad at all, I mean.
Hey, camera's back on.
They wouldn't have cared because, as we've said, there's been days when we couldn't even play just because that's what happened with the tour.
Yeah.
So...
And we found out when we were there. As opposed to letting them know like a month in advance that we couldn't do something.
Yeah, not that you want to ever miss anything like that, but like that means there's nothing around that. You're going home.
Sure,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, so we dropped Mitch off at the airport. Where did we drop you off at?
I want to say it was Buffalo.
Buffalo?
I think I flew out of Buffalo.
Well, so before we get to my memories of that, did anything fun happen at your brother's wedding?
Not particularly.
No?
Cool, my camera died again right as you asked me a question.
Sick.
I think it's going to keep happening.
Cool.
Yeah, so I recall getting there, getting picked up from the airport, and like quick turnaround. Like I believe it was the day of the wedding or maybe the night before. I went for the rehearsal.
Oh, yeah?
I got to the rehearsal, did the wedding, and then turned around and flew back.
Because we had like 5 days off, though.
Yeah. But I think I was only gone for 3 of them.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Interesting. So we dropped you off, and before we started making the trek back across the country, we went to Niagara Falls because none of us had ever been before, and that was really, really cool to see. If anybody hasn't gone, you should go. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've never gone.
Oh, you never gone?
No.
Ah, you missed
it. That was my one chance.
Damn. We didn't get to go the next year then, huh? That was really, really cool to see. I do remember going to Denny's and like just for breakfast in the morning, and I was getting an omelet, and I asked for avocado on my omelet, and the waitress was like, "What's avocado?" And I was like, "Do you not know what that is here in New York? Or like, what's the deal?" But
I remember hearing this and thinking like, wow, like they just don't know what an avocado is.
I probably told you that when you got back, right?
Yeah, but in retrospect, I'm pretty sure that was just you just had a shitty waiter. Like, just somebody who doesn't know what a certain food is. That like it's pretty common.
Being a dick, especially at like Denny's. Like it's not uncommon. I don't think. But so we did that. We got to see Niagara Falls, and then we drove to Cincinnati to stay at Sean's cousin's house for like the 5 days that we had off before the next show. Really nice house. It was awesome. Honestly, it was a pretty nice recharge. Not having 2 flights and stuff. Like I felt pretty well rested. Played a lot of ping pong. We were literally just hanging out. Actually being showered for once. And my parents. This was very, very nice of them because we were dying after, losing 3 easy ups to weather. They bought us a real easy up and sent it to their house. And not only was it like it had a real skeleton, but it had our name printed on it in like Old English and stuff. Where you know the one.
I think because they probably saw it in Florida when the tornado happened.
Yeah,
This is not tenable.
Yeah. So thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, very kind.
I suppose I could pay you back for that at some point, huh?
Yeah, they forgot.
Yeah. What else do we do? Okay, so we're talking about everybody kind of losing it on occasion on the tour. So here I lost it. Even I was on a break, so I feel like I should have been fine. But Sam, our roadie, I guess he's getting it a lot on this story. I asked, he was asking me where something was, and I was trying to show him where it was, and he wasn't understanding. And after 3 times, it's it's right fucking there, and everyone looked at me and I was like, I was like, I don't even know what that was. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that.
I don't know who that was.
Sorry, Sam. Yeah, and then I also remember. Oh yeah, so we talked about how we got asked to play open for Pepper on an opening day, on an off day show, and we all thought it would be a good idea to learn a song in their genre more for the show.
Would be kind of like, hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, and we all listened to Sublime growing up. Josh did not, but we all did, and we all liked. My favorite Sublime song is Same in the End.
Yeah.
So he suggested we learn that, and I remember trying to figure that out there. I already knew it, but turns out it was a lot harder to show Josh and get it down. We needed to practice it, and we didn't have any time to practice it. So
as a full band,
we ended up scrapping it. But we were trying that, and I also remember the only other thing is I remember watching a video of us playing in Utah, and if you recall, we just put out some videos of us playing in Charlotte. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised at those. I thought we sounded very good. But I remember watching the Utah one here and being like, ugh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Need some work there, fellas. Yeah. But yeah, so really well rested few days there. And then the next show was in Maryland Heights, Missouri. And am I wrong? Did we come pick you up at a TGI Fridays?
Yeah. So I flew...
How did you end up there?
Yeah, How does anyone end up anywhere? I flew into St. Louis.
I guess, yeah, that'd probably be the closest one.
And when I was I think I came out and I was waiting for a taxi or something like that. I was gonna get somewhere easier for you guys to pick me up than the airport with the van and trailer. And I saw a guy from, I want to say, the Skull Candy tent. There's this dude who was always really friendly with us, but we'd never spoken. We just kind of saw each other at the same time and did yeah. and he said that he was think for a van to pick him up, and he offered a ride. And so I hopped in a van with a stranger, and and I think they just took me to TGI Fridays, and I called you from there.
Yeah.
I remember talking to them because they were above us.
Yeah.
On the tour, everybody was.
Yeah, yeah.
But
literally everybody.
I remember this is gonna lead to something, and then it was just we gave each other waves every time we saw each other.
Really?
The tour. That's pretty much it.
And that was it. No, bummer. Well,
very nice guy though.
Yeah. We did not know. I mean, I should have guessed, but when you came up to the van, we all were like, "Oh shit, he shaved his mohawk off."
Oh yeah,
Did for the wedding.
I did it the night that I got into town. I
Yeah.
was like, this doesn't work for my brother's wedding. Fuck up all his pictures for forever.
No more grumpy Hawk Mitch.
Yeah, now I'm like super clean shaven. I still had the Billy Goat goatee.
Did you?
That's pretty rough. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I rocked that at the wedding.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Because that looked cool.
Oh, yeah.
That looked really cool.
It looked like you were in Stained or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maryland Heights, we did get to play on the Hot Topic stage, the Kevin Says / Hot Topic stage. I don't think we clarified this year. In any year past this, it was just the Kevin Says stage. But if you recall, 2007, the stage was a lot shittier than it was in 2008.
Yeah.
And it was called like the Hot Topic / Kevin Says stage. And that was one that got struck by lightning. But we got on the stage. We had a really great set. I do remember Yee from Pepper coming to watch us that day.
Mm-hmm.
And on our song, which is at the moment just an SBNC song, we Rise from the Rubble, we decided to reintroduce the breakdown and like drop it halftime at the end. And he just was like, "Oh, that's so fucking cool. That's like some Pantera shit." And I think he probably had a few. He's a fucking awesome guy. But he was saying like, "That's it right there. Pepper's two main influences, like this and Pantera." I was like, "Pantera, huh?"
I remember we were all kind of like, "Are you sure?"
I don't hear that. But I mean, obviously, everyone, you like Pantera. Everyone likes Pantera.
Yeah, sure.
And I was so stoked that you came to watch us that day and stuff. Okay, next day, Bonner Springs.
This is my favorite, because mostly just because we kept calling it Boner Springs, because we were very mature
My
boys.
main memory of the day is how excited you were to say "What's up, Boner Springs" on stage. Could not have been more jazzed.
And by the looks of it, we had a double set, so I got to do it twice. I'm so excited. I can't imagine, like, I get to do it again? What the fuck is up, Boner Springs?
Yeah, so we played on the family stage, and then later in the day we got on the Hot Topic stage, I believe, again. And yeah, you were just, oh my God, just overjoyed.
And I'm sure that all the people who were from there had never heard that joke before.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, we get it, man.
That day I remember being like exceptionally hot. And I don't know if it was catering or something, but somebody gave us a whole case of Hanson's soda. And instead of putting it in the van, we put it in the trailer for some reason. And they started exploding in the trailer because it was so hot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And we took them out, and then because they were like, you could tell that they were about to explode. I don't know if you remember this. We started throwing them against those pylons.
Yeah.
And just explode. That was like our excitement for the day. Besides getting to play twice.
Let's go throw some sodas.
Such a 20-year-old thing to do.
With the Hanson sodas, were these the things that I would later go on to try to throw at one of you guys?
We're going to talk about that in our bonus episode.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I don't know when that was exactly, but I'm very excited.
It must have been around here.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
I needed my ammo.
I can't wait to tell that story.
Yeah.
It was like, I will never forget that. We're going to tell it later.
Yeah, AJ just kind of spilled the beans, but we will at some point, I don't know if we've actually said this before, but we will be having a bonus episode of kind of shit that we remember from Warped Tour, but doesn't have a date associated with it.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I think we're doing a pretty good job, but there are memories just like, that could have been anywhere.
I remember it happened sometime during the summer.
Yeah, it was within these 2 months. All right, so that's Boner Springs. What is that? Kansas? What was it? Yeah. Okay, the last one on this episode, we were in Nampa, Idaho. What is this? Oh, yeah. Oh, so we had a day off to drive there.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at my notes. So I hate driving days. A driving day, I mean, it's not exactly that. You don't do anything else. You have to drive the whole time to the next. And that just really bums me out. Because it's not even like you can't really stop. Like, I mean, sometimes you can, but there's days like this where it's like, I do literally have to drive like 1,000 miles.
You need to be making the drive.
Yeah. And that just fucking sucks. But I remember this one thing. We stopped at a gas station. It was like literally in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And there was like 3 like older fellas just like sitting at a table playing cards, like hanging out, drinking coffee there. It's like, damn, that's like what they do. Like they come to this gas station. Like this is their jam. Like that is wild.
The retirement plan.
Yeah. I just never had seen that. Like
it was like the old man playing chess in the park.
Yeah, but this is not a park. We're like in the middle of like Idaho, like nothing else around, but these fellas are just hanging out at this gas station. That's not that nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, that really stuck out in my head. But okay, so this day in Nampa, Idaho, this is like I think this is the smallest day of Warped Tour. Not to say that, I mean, maybe it was the people, but like the venue was just not that big. Do you remember this venue pretty well?
Not really, no.
You might remember it because your favorite band, Revolution Mother, got on main stage this day.
They were on the main stage?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember being like,
what he said? Yeah. They got on it that day, and he was talking about it. He was like, Revolution Mother will be there. You remember that? What he said?
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about, like some like music revolution or something. But
yeah, he's like, because will you be there? Revolution Mother will be there.
You especially laughed really hard at that one. But yeah, that was that was fantastic to see. Also, so from Nampa on to the rest of the tour, Fathom was getting bumped up to the Kevin Says stage, which was very lucky for them. That was awesome. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, they got tapped.
Yeah. So they were I don't think they were going to play on the family stage anymore. And I don't know if they sold their spot or whatever. It's probably just, more under the table stuff. But this will be the first of many appearances of no bragging rights. Mm-hmm. But that was the first day that they played with us. I'm pretty sure they played with us the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they, Fathom, did they sell it or they just let them have it?
I have no idea.
I don't know how that worked either. But anyways, so if anybody's not familiar with No Bragging Rights, check them out. They're an awesome hardcore band. They actually got pretty big.
Yeah.
They did really well. They're awesome. And they played with us for the last 8 days because Fathom got bumped up. So that was really cool. Interesting to see them at that level because of how big they got. But
I think they were like kind of just following the tour.
They were not on the tour. They just they asked Fathom.
Yeah, they were. I seem to remember them like coming to multiple dates.
Yeah.
And like doing backpack sales to the line and stuff. And then I think they developed a relationship with Fathom and were like, hey, can we? From
here on, for the next 2 years of podcast episodes, their presence is only going to get bigger. But they in 2007 they followed the tour every date and just sold shit. And then so we're gonna leave this episode on a cliffhanger here. Oh no, we haven't had one of these in a while. So after Nampa, the next show was at the Gorge Amphitheater in George Washington State.
Okay.
From what all we heard was the prettiest venue on the tour. There's an amphitheater literally set up right on the banks of a giant gorge, almost like a Grand Canyon type thing, not to that scale, but
very, very similar to Red Rocks.
Yes, like water behind it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we could not have been more excited. We were only hearing the best things, and we're on our way up to Washington State. And it's 2 a.m. Sean's driving, I'm shotgun, and all of a sudden, the car just stops, and Sean goes, "I can't drive." And that's it. You're gonna find out what happened next episode.
Oh, I did a cool look at the camera, but totally forgot that my camera died at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, I did one.
But, yeah. I mean, this has been an AJ's camera angle heavy episode.
Should we just replace? When you talk with just a smiley picture of you or something?
I mean, honestly, I was really looking forward to not having to edit this episode.
Okay.
But at the same time, that does also sound great.
That sounds pretty funny to me.
We'll see what happens. That might be really easy.
Yeah, just splicing in you every time you talk.
Yeah, I can't let my skills get rusty. So I might as well.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is not good. This is where we're ending it right here.
And it's actually kind of ironic that the episode where our van breaks down is the episode where one of our cameras broke down, too.
Haven't had that happen in a while.
And it took us fucking forever to get set up because the MacBook wasn't working.
Yeah, it's all around. All right, so it just feels like we just did it again.
I mean, what day is it today? It's May 21st, I'm pretty sure.
October?
October. Yeah, I'm basically what I'm asking. Mercury's in retrograde, I'm pretty sure. That's got to be what it is. Because I've been feeling really antsy.
Yeah.
And Now I know why.
What sign are you?
I'm a Libra rising Capricorn Aquarius. Sun, moon set.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Which explains why I'm so creative, but also so charming. With just a touch of precociousness.
I don't know what I am. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. I know that I'm an Aquarius, and beyond that, I know nothing.
Oh, wait, that's what I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, our birthdays are pretty close to each other.
Yeah. We're like 2 weeks apart.
I guess we could have just figured that
Yeah.
out. What are you? Okay, me too.
Just so we're clear, I am 2 weeks older and 2 weeks wiser than Mitch. Just
Such an Aquarius thing to say. Oh my god.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't. I know that it's bullshit.
Alright. Cliffhanger, you get to hear what happened to us next time.
Alright.
It sucked.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.